Go.
Let me deal with the idea of these eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. And I've read a few books on it. There hasn't been much thought of this other than the fact that we have a Catholic priesthood where the men take vows of celibacy and everything else, and that would probably to most people's minds, fulfill that condition. But what the Lord himself said was a little bit different. He said there are three kinds of eunuchs. He said there are some that have been eunuchs from their mother's wombs, which means they were gay from conception. These men were going to be, I guess you might say, homosexual, whatever. And then there are eunuchs of men, which means these are men that have been castrated or forced to be eunuchs by other men. And then he says there are eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. What does he mean by those? Well, to be blunt, what it means is these men do not just love Christ, they want to make love to Christ. And they're able to undergo that change in their minds to where they actually entertain the position of wanting to be his woman, to actually submit themselves to a man in that guise, as if they were perhaps a nun. But these are not sodomites, so there's a difference. That means something changes. He says that these men, of which he speaks, would obviously have to bring us to another group he calls the children of the resurrection, who do not marry nor are they given in marriage, but sounds like they are promised, as if they were consecrated to some ideal or perhaps a royal priesthood itself, like the most ancient order of Melchizedek was, a virgin priesthood, which looks like it had to be reconstituted. These are the clouds on which apparently my Father Jesus comes, those wed to his Holy Spirit, which is the actual bridegroom for these men who take the position of the bride, because with the Holy Spirit that is possible. Because why? Because the soul of man is female, as it was with Adam before it was separated. So the prophets, when they receive the word, receive it as women would receive a man. But that man happens to be the Holy Spirit, and what's being received is their soul, which is female. Now, how can a female receive the Holy Spirit? Just as a man would be with his wife. And Rumi said that actually in very much more poetic words, unfortunately, that I've used.